Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be getting this bout started very soon. I would like to remind everybody this is a sold-out event, so make sure you get comfy with your friends next to you because we definitely have sold all the tickets, and it will be a full house tonight. While you're waiting for the bout to start, I'd like to remind everybody that Kay's Bar has provided the food for us tonight, and you can go pick one up at concessions down below the mezzanine here. I would also like to give a big shout out to all the volunteers, all those folks walking around in yellow shirts and selling raffle tickets and merchandise. Those are our wonderful volunteers right here at the Rose City Rollers, and we are happy to have them here.
job. That's her job.
Okay.
I'm third. Now hear this. Now hear this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Big O tournament is coming to Oregon May 5th through 7th in Eugene. 33 of the highest ranked women's and men's and juniors teams will be competing, including Rose City, Victorian, and Angel City. Join the Legion of Justice to be there to cheer on Rose City and fill on those stands with purple, people dressed in purple. Go to thebigotournament.com or follow the Big O on Facebook and get all the details. It's right in our backyard. If this ain't enough derby for you, that'll put you over the top.
Awkward read ever, isn't it?
It's terrible.
Yeah,
so
I won't
poorly
rewrite it.
written.
Hot mic, hot mic.
Yeah, but we're not live yet. So.
America's premium beer since 1844. Pabst. A lot to look forward to.
Yeah, that's a good looking one there. Main chocolate cake donut right there. Nice butthole right there. That's good. Touch it. There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna fit him in.
Look at that one.
The basics of flat track roller derby. Brought to you by Antic Skate Boots and the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. The game of roller derby is played on roller skates. The players wear helmets, elbow pads, wrist guards, and knee pads. The track is flat, not banked. Each 30-minute half is broken down into shifts called jams. The group of 8 players at the front is called the pack. The pack is made of players who play the position of blocker. Behind the pack are the jammers. The jammers are the skaters who score points and are marked by a large star on their helmet. Jammers have skated their way through the pack the first time. They're ready to begin scoring. They earn a point every time they legally pass a member of the opposing team. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins. The jammers will fail to earn points if they pass the opposing blockers illegally.
Hey, how you doing, Portland? Hello and welcome to the hangar at Oaks Amusement Park for the debut of the 2017 Rose City Rollers All-Star Team, the
Wheels of Justice!
Yeah, we're in for a treat tonight, and we'll bear witness to the epic battle of purple versus white. That's right, the Wheels of Justice are going to play against each other, world champion versus world champion. A big thank you to our volunteers and officials tonight, ably led by Kieran Duncan, and heads will roll. I'm Ophelia Mellons, and joining me are the King.
Hello.
And Magic Pony Power Hour. He says, hey. Tonight's bout is sold out, so scooch in tight, make some new friends, and make some noise for the Rose City Rollers!
Before you stands a team which has started the
they fought down the biggest, the toughest, the most determined foes in the roller derby world. And now they're back to defend their title. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Wheels of Justice.
Let them hear it. It's the world champion Wheels of Justice. Please welcome number 155, Bella Constrictor.
Number 207, Lil Bratney.
Number 340, Bonnie Thunders.
Number 48, Brute.
Number 16, Beyond Thunder Dame.
Number 28, Alicia Nesbitt Smith.
Number 7, Monica Geigel.
Number 260, Envy Adams.
Number 4, Jess Rivas.
Number 97, Road of All Evil.
Number 65, Miss Dr. Joseph L. Simones.
Number 1, Frisky Biscuits.
Number 30, Juke Nukem.
Number 23, Gallifrey.
Number 523, Liquor and Splits.
415, Hannah Jennings.
Number 26, Sarah Gaither.
241, Lily Dow.
1969, Ruth Robertson.
757, Morgan Levy.
Number 401, Tarantula.
77, Lauren Much.
31, Toxic Haste.
808, Vishaka Simon.
93, Vanna Curtis.
127, Jessica Chestnuts.
868, Zip Drive.
44, Rogue One.
721, Zissou.
69, Starter Ruckus. Ladies and gentlemen, get your hands together for your Wheels of Justice!
Well, golly, lots of new faces on the team this year, King.
And a lot returning. It's a great looking squad out there, isn't it?
Speaking of new faces, who has never seen roller derby before?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand, because you're about to see the best of the best play the best of the best. Make some friends, ask some questions, because we are ready to play some roller derby. I asked the head ref, Kieran Duncan, who's going to win the game tonight. He said he thinks the team that has purple and also white in their uniforms could potentially win this game.
I bet purple and white will win.
Yeah,
at
that's
some
right.
point.
That's
Yeah.
right. And thank you very much to Blaze Streaming Media, because you could potentially be watching this live right now on rosecityrollers.com/live.
Well, down on the track, you're going to see Bonnie Thunders making her debut as a Wheels of Justice member, right alongside Lauren Much, both with the stars on their helmets.
And there we go. Bonnie Thunders pushes up against that white wall, held down by Alicia Nesbitt Smith. And there she goes. First lead jammer for Bonnie Thunders and the Wheels of Justice purple team.
Well, that inside line opened right up and allowed her to get right through.
Got a forearm now called on Toxic Case. They will sit in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
And blocking a down skater goes against Sarah Gaither. 2 blockers down for the Wheels of Justice Purple.
Just as much about to enter the rear of the pack. Bonnie Thunders calls off that jam and puts up 4 big ones.
4 points. Now, if you are new to the game of roller derby, as you know, the ladies with the stars on their helmets, they do play the offense. So their job is to get through and score points.
They score all the points, unless they pass it to their friend the pivot, but we'll get there later.
Down on the line, you're going to see Start a Ruckus going up against Chestnuts.
Two blockers down for Team Purple. They hold down Start a Ruckus at the front of the pack. That's Zissou and Jess Rivas giving a blocking clinic at the front of the pack there. Rivas tries to take her to the inside, and that's Ruckus, lead jammer for White.
Well, Start a Ruckus, she got out of the pack. She's on her initial pass. There's a cut track on Liquor and Split, and she will spend 30 seconds in the penalty box.
And there we have our first grand slam of the game. That's a full 5-point pass. And that pack stopped real tight coming up around turn 4. Purple pulling it together in the front. Start to break up right on the back of Toxic Haze. Ruckus stays in. That's 5 more points for Team White.
Well, that was just straight up great offense coming out the outside line to open up that hole to get her through.
Again, here we see White trying to break up that purple wall. Ruckus slips right on through.
Ruckus so far in this jam has 14 points, capitalizing on that power jam.
And now we have our first star pass. Bonnie Thunders handed that hat right on over to Four Eyes, Jess Rivas.
Now, if you're watching at home and don't quite know, a star pass can go to the pivot. That is the blocker who has a stripe on their helmet. And as you saw right there, they got the jammer through and called off this jam.
That's right. All 4 blockers trying to play offense and defense and stay in proximity to each other while not committing penalties. It's a lot. It's a task list. It's a lot going on.
Vanna Curtis down on the line, number 93 in purple, wearing the star on her helmet for Team Purple, going up against Frisky Biscuits in white.
And here is Curtis's debut jam with the Wheels of Justice up against that white wall held by Alicia Nesbitt-Smith and Rogue One. And a cut track. Now, hang on, folks, just a moment here.
Looks like Frisky Biscuits might have took a hit there, holding her head.
That's right, our officials have called this off for her own safety. And bear with us for just a moment. All right, give it up for Frisky Biscuits. Gonna shake that zinger off and get checked out by our wonderful medical staff. Currently, the score stands at 4 for Purple and 18 for White. Still 27 minutes. We just got started in this first period.
Well, since there was an injury at the end of that jam, Frisky Biscuits is going to go sit on the bench. Little Bradney is going to report to the penalty box because at the end of that jam, before there was a penalty, there was a cut track.
That's right.
Team White right now is going to serve that penalty, and Little Bradney will start it out there. Thunder Dame in purple on the line. First time of the night for Thunder Dame.
And Thunder Dame's going to get the help of Gaither and Rivas, as well as Robertson in that purple wall. But she's got to stare down the path at Chestnuts, and that's no fun. Even staring down the pipe at Chestnuts. All right, she's out for blood. There we go. Beyond Thunder Dame in purple wearing the star, pushes through. One more to beat in Gallifrey and makes it through.
That was some awesome offense, and Jess Rivas did pick off Gallifrey to make it easy to get out of that pack.
Moves to the outside line. Now the pack is split. There we go. Jess Rivas playing offense at the front. Up the inside line, it's Thunder Dame putting up 4 or 5 big ones for Team Purple.
No pack was called, and they're going to send Sweet Jane and Chestnuts to the penalty box for being out of play.
Gallifrey, lone blocker, last blocker. Thunder Dame shakes her off. That's 5 more big ones for Team Purple.
Direction of play being called, and that's going to be on Morgan Levy.
White's wall breaks up, and that's going to be 5 more points. That's a 15-point jam so far for Thunder Dame.
Little Bradney comes out of the penalty box quickly, engaging that pack.
And that's 5 more big ones for Thunder Dame. Bradney back to the penalty box for a cut track penalty. Purple still going for it, getting instruction. This could be a full 2-minute jam. Thunder Dame showing few signs of weakness. Here we go. Calling that off. That's a 25-point jam for Beyond Thunder Dame.
Hey, Bike Punk, locally printed, eco-friendly stickers, signs, and designs right here in Portland. Visit bikepunk.com.
Little Bradney once again in the penalty box, picking up a cut track in that last jam.
We got Zip Drive jamming for Team Purple. Zip Drive, a transfer from Nashville along with Morgan. Whoa, big hit there from Envy Adams to the inside line. No pass, no penalty there. That means Zip Drive is now on a scoring pass, but the lead jammer has not been called. So that will still be up for grabs, this jam. Alicia Nisbet-Smith and Sion holding down that wall with Envy Adams. They sink back right on top of Zip Drive. Lil Bratney comes in real hot and unfortunately picks up a misconduct.
Yeah, misconduct call, and while that happens, Zip Drive gets through, picks up 5 quick points.
Not looking good for White right now, but there's still so much game left. And both these teams are stacked with superstars. Zip Drive still pushing through. Alicia sinks back with her friend Anna Jennings. Sneaks in on the inside line. There we have it. Zip Drive, 5 more points.
Nesbitt Smith, Jennings, and Vishaka Sion opened up that inside and made it incredibly easy for her to disengage and get up the inside.
Team Purple setting up their defense as Lil Bratney returns to the track. Moving up. Zip Drive has 2 more to beat as they extend the pack, which catches up to them. Sion has been handed the star for Team White.
Vishaka Sion taking the star. She was the pivot, but did get taken out of bounds by Simonis.
Yeah, Zip Drive also put up 5 more big ones, 15 so far, eyeing the next few points. Sliding through the middle, gets pushed to the outside by Envy Adams. That packet spread out real thin. 1 more to beat, and it's Envy Adams that takes her out on turn 3. And you see them pull back, Envy Adams and Alicia Nisbet-Smith. And there we have it. That's a 19-point jam for Team Purple.
Hey, Two-Town Cider, damn fine cider made right here in the Pacific Northwest. That's Two-Town Cider.
For those of you watching at home on Blaze Streaming Media, we've got a score of 48-18. If you're just watching, there was a couple power jams given up by Team White. You're going to see Lauren Much in white going up against Bonnie Thunders in purple.
Fun fact about Lauren Much, she loves Ariana Grande.
Sweet Jane opening up that inside line just big enough for Bonnie Thunders to squeeze through and do a spin to get lead jammer.
And there we go. Bonnie Thunders taken down on the outside by number 23, Gallifrey. Still, Gallifrey holding down that outside line. Bonnie gets pinched into the inside and is going to put up 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Team Purple pulling ahead 52-18.
And Red Bull. Now served at RCR Bar and all our bouts. That's Red Bull. See the Red Bull Vixens on the floor now. I don't know what they're giving away. Red Bull.
In white, Starter Ruckus is your jammer, and Liquor and Split for Team Purple.
All 10 skaters out on the track. Team White having that front wall. Get some offense there from Juke Nukem, making her return to the wheels of justice. And up the inside, it's Liquor and Split, lead jammer for Team Purple.
That was great offense, and it doesn't look like Chestnuts is too happy about it. They keep hitting Nukem.
And now I believe Still pushing forward as that's going to be Ruckus, the white jammer, star in hand, gets taken out to the outside by Sarah Gaither. Getting mixed up now, turn 2, that's Hannah Jennings taking out Liquor and Split, and we now have a forearm called on Starta Ruckus, making this yet another power jam for Team Purple.
Huge hit by Envy Adams.
Well, she goes down but not out, so she is still intact now. There we have it, Chestnuts taking her all the way back, joining teammate Hannah Jennings, and a back block being called now on Juke Newcomb. Again, Liquor and Split's the lead jammer. Looks over her shoulder at the team bench, see if there's any instructions. That's Ruckus back in, tries to hold down that inside line, gets pushed out.
Starta Ruckus unable to get out of that pack. Liquor and Split calls it off, picks up 5 points.
And we have our first team timeout. Team White taking a timeout here. And that makes this a Mike Checks Music Minute. Does anyone want to know a fun fact about Bonnie Thunders?
What's your fun fact?
Fun fact, Bonnie Thunders' drink at a bar is seltzer water with pickle juice.
Seltzer water and pickle juice. Wow.
She's hardcore.
Just gave me heartburn thinking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Vanna Curtis for Team Purple down on the line. It looks like Frisky Biscuits is back with a star.
Oh,
in white.
yeah. One skater down for Purple. Doc Josie playing offense for Vanna Curtis, and we have
High block on Vanna Curtis. That is going to give a power jam up to Team White, which they desperately need.
Absolutely good break here for Team White. Frisky Biscuits in control. Team White has all 4 blockers on the track. Getting some trouble here from Doc Josie.
Oh, and a cut being called. There was some nice offense being played on that inside line, and unfortunately, one of the Purple Jammers did come up, knock her out just enough that she stepped out of bounds and picked up that cut.
Good call. And now we have Vanna Curtis returning to the track. That is going to make this a full 2-minute jam. You see Purple pulling back, trying to let Vanna Curtis do her job as they have to try and slow down Frisky Biscuits, who slides right on through. 5 points here for Team White.
Vanna Curtis did a great job spinning and juking to the side to get out of that pack and is in hot pursuit.
All right, and here you see each pod just immediately go into their triangle of death, forcing out here Vanna Curtis in the rear with a white 3-wall helmed by Tarantula and Alicia Nesbitt Smith.
Gallifrey came in there, busted everything up, and allowed herself to be whipped off of to get Frisky Biscuits out.
And great footwork here by Vanna Curtis as she escapes with 4 points of her own. But Frisky Biscuits using that chest up against Doc Josie and Bella Constrictor.
Vanna Curtis came in extremely hard, opened up a wall that I don't think most people could open up, and got through, picking up 5 points for Team Purple.
We have another power jam for Vanna Curtis. Frisky Biscuits now in the penalty box. And Frisky gets iced. Purple will start with a power jam.
Hey, Fran's Bakery. Fran's has been baking proudly in the Portland area since 1906. That's Fran's Bakery.
Hey, y'all know Thunder Dame? She just scored 25 points on the Wheels of Justice.
Speaking of Thunder Dame, she's back in the line for Team Purple.
And White sets up for Thunder Dame, but Thunder Dame gets the offensive sweep on the inside line, but Hannah Jennings is there trying to slow her down. And there goes Thunder Dame lead jammer for Team Purple.
Well, Team Purple was content to sit back and let Dame do the work, and she did. She pushed him out of play and got free.
Here you see Lauren Much playing defense, holding down that tripod as she rotates to the outside, and now you see Nuts as the backwards facing skater. Hannah Jennings bridging these two packs together. Monica Geigel wearing purple, really giving a number on Frisky Biscuits here. Just can't find any purchase on the track. Toxic Haste enters for the offense, but gets tripped up here. That's Chestnuts going to the box for a trip, but that is a clean pass for Thunder Dame.
I think Thunder Dame might have got the wind knocked out of her on that trip, but jam comes to an end.
Hey, Kind Bars, brand of all new, all natural, whole nut and fruit bars made from ingredients you can see and pronounce. Those are Kind Bars.
Right now we got a score of 71 Purple, 30 to White, and you are going to see Zip Drive down on the line going up against Little Bradney.
And Sion holding down that white wall in front of Zip Drive. Doc Josie with a diving block on the outside, pulls a cut on Little Bratney, having a hard time adjusting to the officiating here.
Well, she stepped out of bounds and came back in. The blocker that knocked her out went down, but she cut the entire pack.
Right, so Doc Josie also in the penalty box. And we have a cut track here on Zip Drive. They'll switch off now. This will be yet another 2-minute jam. See what kind of damage these teams will do here. Pushing forward, again, Lil Bratney wearing the star in white.
Tarantula right now stuck in the back and wiggles her way through.
Slides through her own wall, hits the back of that purple wall. You see Tarantula holding it down with Zissou, captain of the Heartless Heathers. And Bella, also on the Heartless Heathers, gets forced out. What beautiful teamwork. Unfortunately, a forearm's called on Tarantula, but it's a Lil Bratney that gets through with 4 points.
Looks like she's finally starting to catch her momentum.
Fun fact about Lil Bratney, King, she has over 300 Beanie Babies. Isn't that incredible? One of them is the coveted Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Okay.
Coming in again on another scoring pass as Zip Drive also resets behind Gallifrey and Alicia Nisbet-Smith. Sion anchoring that wall of white with the rear of the pack as Lil Bratney just trying to poke and get some help from Chestnuts.
Purple right now up front doing a fantastic job. Chestnuts is an excellent offensive blocker, and they're weathering it like it's not there.
Hey, that's Tarantula. She likes to play offense.
She's like a
5 points.
meat grinder.
Big jam, 7 points Purple, 13 for White.
WSL Coaching, helping you be more awesome in your work, sport, and life. That's WSL Coaching.
Well, folks, it's Friday night right here at the hangar, and you get the pleasure of seeing Lauren Much and Bonnie Thunders at the line once again.
I feel like we've seen this before. Bonnie Thunders hits that pack, hits it hard. Lily Dow holding down Bonnie Thunders on the outside with the help of Hannah Jennings.
And it looks like another penalty. That's going to be on
And
Sarah
it's
Gaither.
Lauren Much, lead jammer for Team White.
Toxic Case and Sarah Gaither both now in the pack. That's going to leave two blockers out there for Purple.
Yeah, ouch. And that's Envy Adams, Hannah Jennings doing a number on Bonnie Thunders. And Lauren Much has just lapped Bonnie Thunders.
Hannah Jennings picking up a high block. And she will spend 30 seconds in the box.
Much calls that jam off and gets a 9-point shutout over Bonnie Thunders. White pulls their points up. Oh, 2 points for Purple. There we go. 52 for White, 80 for Purple.
Quick reminder, everybody, pick up your wheels for the Rent and Roll fundraiser. That's our halftime activity tonight. It's right over there. Awesome. Buy a wheel and get a chance to win a $50 gift certificate for something awesome, as well as our awesome raffle.
Liquor and Split and Starter Ruckus are your jammers. Liquor
And
and
it's
Split.
Liquor and Split. Lead Jammer explodes at the front of that pack, and there it goes, Ruckus. Ruckus removed the star from her helmet as a psychological tactic and escapes. Here goes Liquor into the pack. Not able to do much damage.
That was
Checks the box. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 points. That means she passed 2 blockers and gets the point for the box.
That's funny, Melons. I'm glad you mentioned it. Our raffle tonight is so awesome. It's worth more than $500. Those tickets are $1 each, 10 for 5, $20 for your height. Get a tall friend. And I'll tell you what's in that package in just a bit.
Little Bradney at the line once again, going up against Vanna Curtis.
That pack, it's blown up because of a back block call being assessed on Vanna Curtis. This power jam now in favor of Lil Bratney.
Morgan Levy absolutely doing a great job sticking to Little Bratney all over the place.
Oh, Juke Nukem doing the dance here with Lil Bratney sticking on her. Juke returns to her wall, but gets some offense there by Hannah Jennings and has earned lead jammer.
Well, they played a lot of offense, but Purple once again did a great job of not letting it stop them and sticking on that jammer.
Up here, Lil Bratney again hits that pack. Bella Constrictor holding it down there with Tarantula, Juke, and then Ruth Robertson. In the rear of the pack, though, Vanna Curtis pushing up against the killer wall there with Hannah Jennings and Envy. And is that Root of All Evil over there?
Oh, wow. There's a little bit. They got up in there far enough that they opened up that outside just by creeping back a little bit. Got their jammer free.
OHU Sports Medicine, proud to be the official medical care team for the Rose City Rollers.
All right, we got a score here. 55 for white, 83 for purple. Who's rooting for Team White? Who's rooting for Team Purple? Who's rooting for the Wheels of Justice?
Monica Gaggle on the inside line. Tried to open up that hole.
And here we go. Thunder Dame pushing forward on that white wall. Doesn't earn lead jammer yet, but that's because Frisky Biscuits gets that lead jammer call. Geigel takes a spill near the penalty box, but not enough to earn a penalty. And Zissou now also in the penalty box. That jam gets called off by Frisky Biscuits with 4 points up on the board for white.
As we're running down this first half, we want to remind you the live broadcast of tonight's bout is brought to you by Blaze Streaming Media, the King's favorite. That's Blaze Streaming Media.
Down the line, Lauren Much going up against Zip Drive.
And white wall in the front of the pack, creating offensive space for Lauren Much to be lead jammer yet again. Zip Drive struggling behind Morgan Levy.
Oh, Purple offense did not get back together.
That's the Lauren Much that helped lead the Wheels of Justice to a 2-time World Championship title.
Most of the time you've got time with a jammer, a little bit more to play offense, but not with Lauren Much. She's way too fast for that.
Geigel looking to play some offense from the inside on Rogue One, who's a doctor, an actual doctor. And there we go, star pass out to Monica Geigel. Gallifrey tries to get in there. And you know, Gallifrey is actually on Team USA for the USARS style of roller derby.
No way.
Absolutely.
Did not know that.
Tonkin.com, the largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest, only a click away at Tonkin.com.
Bonnie Thunder's down there on the line, and for Team Purple. Starter Ruckus out there for Team White. Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box is completely empty, so it's 5-on-5, the way Derby Gods intended it to be played.
All right, Bonnie Thunders pushing up, get some help from Toxic Haze. Lead jammer, Bonnie Thunders, wearing purple, would start a ruckus, picking up the pace. These packs are moving so fast. Purple grabs a goat, but now picks up the pace. Bonnie tries to get in a point.
Well, that's just good Derby right there. They
And
picked
picks
it
up
off.
2.
Yeah, picked one off, slowed everything down, and now we've got a score of 69-85.
Voodoo Donuts are in the house. Pick them up over at the merch area. Effie, did you get those donuts in the house? Donuts are in the
they're so
house. Voodoo Donuts, the Magic's in the Hole, proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice.
Liquor
I
and
have
Split
heard.
and Little Bratney down on the line.
White Wall getting knocked around there by Toxic Haze. Liquor and Split trying to push through on the back of Sion. Gallifrey in the mix, right in the middle, takes a spill there with Liquor. Lil Bratney in the rear, currently pushing on Doc Josie and Tarantula. Getting some help from Zissou. Zissou's house was recently featured in a Portugal the Man music video, King. I have an endless pit of knowledge.
What? Where did? I'm almost jealous right now. I just bought tickets for them today.
These two dead stop packs just moving past the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box. Gallifrey reports there.
Toxic Case right now doing all the work up front, trying to get the offense to get Liquor and Split out, but every time she moves one player, the recycling keeps drawing that jammer
That's
back
right.
in.
Lily Dow gets help from Hannah Jennings and Sion. And a minute and 7 seconds later, we have a lead jammer in Liquor and Split.
Oh.
Liquor right around the outside. Oh, Hannah Jennings, actual Golden Girl, takes her out right on that pivot line.
Well, she took the shortest distance to the goal there, and she ended up getting a hold of her. Could not hit any further out than she did.
She's going to have to buy her a wine cooler later. And Liquor hits that tripod again.
Wine cooler and a bag of ice because of that bruise she just got.
Lil Bratney now blocking. Good help there. Big hit by Lily Dow and Sion.
PDX Pipeline, your online source for Portland's art, music, and events happenings. Happenings like this right here. That's PDX Pipeline.
Vanna Curtis down there for Team Purple. Frisky Biscuits down there for Team White. Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box once again is free, so it's 4-on-4 in the blocking war.
Sarah Gaither trying to immediately disrupt that white front wall, doing an excellent job trying to isolate them, but it's actually Frisky Biscuits that slides through around the outside, picks up a big fat lead jammer.
Juke Nukem could jump in there.
Vanna Curtis spins around the outside of turn 2, gets recycled with Chestnuts and Alicia. And Frisky Biscuits gonna pick up a back block penalty there, King. So Power Jam now in favor of Vanna Curtis and Team Purple.
Got pushed out of bounds. Has a star in her hand, but the opposing blocker did step out of bounds, making it easy for her to get back in free.
That's all right. We got a 2-minute jam, no lead jammer. Vanna Curtis trying to score some points. I don't know how her skates stayed in bounds, but they did, and that's 5 big points for Vanna Curtis. And
Stayed
Team
in
Purple.
bounds. Heck, she stayed on her skates. Getting hit like that, I would have been laid out. I might have got up next week.
Fun fact about Vanna, she was a professional cliff diver in a Mexican restaurant. That's normal.
Yeah, that happens every day.
5 more points here for Vanna Curtis. 10 so far as Frisky Biscuits is back on the track going chest to chest with Bella Constrictor.
Monica Gaggle had dropped back to play a little bit of offense, realized they were about to get out of play, and jumped back up to bridge the
What
gap.
a teammate. Frisky Biscuits wraps her hitter, almost kicks Bella in the face. Don't worry, everyone's okay.
It's our version of the Pele move.
Wow, no big deal, Frisky. That was pretty sweet.
5 points being picked up on that pass with absolute determination
And that's Chestnuts taking Vanna Curtis all the way out. Vanna recycling herself all the way back, giving her some time to decide how to get through that pack. Chest to chest now with Gaither. Frisky Biscuits wraps around. I believe Gaither may have protected her point. Four more there for Team Purple. That's 14. And Gaither did protect her point. That's 3 points, 8 total for Team White.
Kelly Brown loves roller derby.
Well, right now the score is 106 for Purple, 77 for Team White. We have 2 minutes left in this half. Down on the floor, we're going to see Lauren Much going up against Thunder Dame.
All right, Purple holding it down on Lauren Much, trying to stay together. Toxic Haste in the back wall. Juke Nukem holds that inside line, and you're actually seeing Dame play a little bit of defense for a moment, but that's going to be...
And that's a forearm that's being called. That's going to give a power jam up, and Lauren Much is going to capitalize on that for Team White.
Now Team White down by almost 30 points, a minute and a half remaining in first period of this game. Lauren Much is the lead jammer. What else could you ask for? Right around the outside, offense from White!
You know, you can try all you want, but when she gets that low and ducks underneath of your seat, there's nothing you can do.
All right, hitting that pack again. It's Rivas first. Then she manages to get through Juke Nukem. 5 more points for Lauren Much, 10 so far.
You know, I'm still going back to that last play. When people talk about dropping and getting low, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's why roller derby skaters get paid the big bucks, King. All right, and that star pass to Thunder Dame gets the jam called off. 15 points for Lauren Much.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, one of your only chances to buy in to the halftime audience participation activity. Purchase a wheel down here at the Wheel and Roll thing and help support Rent and Roll. Make Derby free for everyone.
Get it? Wheels of Justice. Wheels, wheel roll.
Zip drive down the line, going up against Starter Ruckus.
Start a ruckus right up against that purple wall. Robertson there with Doc Josie, El Simonis, and Bella Constrictor.
Oh, Tarantula just came in and demolished that wall. Excellent job at recycling, though.
Zip drive around the outside, picking up lead jammer.
We got a star pass.
That's Gallifrey for Team White. At the end of that, points now being scored by Zip Drive. And we're at halftime with a score difference.
Well, you got a score as they're racking them up. Looks like 110
So
to 96.
14 points, Purple in the lead. If you haven't bought your wheel for the halftime fundraiser, this is your last chance. Score 96 for White, 110 Purple. We're at intermission. Grab a beer, grab a beverage, grab some merch, and we'll be back shortly.
What is this? It's okay. All right. Last chance to pick yourself up some wheels for the Wheel and Roll. Win yourself. You can win $50 gift certificate for Wheels of Justice merch. Also, a picture of yourself with the Wheels of Justice. A real picture and not a Photoshop. And some autographs and stuff like that. Pick yourself up a wheel. Last chance. That's it. Am I still on? It's Gin Giraffe made that happen. So last chance. Last chance. What'd you do, new guy? Is it still working? It's his fault right there, that guy. Yeah, that guy. I'm going to break this one too. All right, last chance to buy wheels. Then you can participate in this activity. If you already have wheels, you can come over here. So anybody who already bought a wheel, come over here. So you guys got that? You can line up anywhere on the orange tape, and then you have to roll, and it's who gets closest to the star. Where have you guys been all night? Get them now. Quick, hurry. Get a star. No, I'm totally not in charge of any of that. I haven't gotten to that on the list yet. But when I get to actual wellness, I'll make sure to punch it up for you and really mention that Actual Wellness is one of our favorite sponsors. If you buy another wheel. Good, good, good. You really should have 4. All right, last chance to buy your wheels. You've got 15 seconds to get your wheels together and get back out here. I don't know. No one told me how long they actually had. I knew it was 5 minutes, but I kind of lost track. Here, we're gonna 1, 2, 3 it. I'm gonna do another one for you. If anybody can get a wheel in my Doc Martin, that's your second chance right there. Then I'll buy you a t-shirt. So if you give up on the star, you can try to get it in my boot. I'm gonna buy him a t-shirt. If you can get it in my wheel, in my shoe. All right, come along now. Oh, Sloan dear. All right, you guys ready? Everyone ready? I think this is the choice side. There's way more people over here. All right. Round 1, for those of you who have more than one wheel. On your marks, get set, roll it. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. All right, you going to go again, get that last one. Anybody got wheels left? Go, roll it. You got a wheel, roll it. Just roll it. Oh, that's not yours. Wow, this is going to be tight. Is there... Okay, great. Hey, Gin Giraffe, make a call here for me, would you? This is so close. Who is number 33? I'm going to buy you a t-shirt anyway. So do those... All right, we're going to move on to the second round. These are the winners for the first round. Number 64, stay on the track. 130, stay on the track. And 96, stay on the track. The rest of you, off my track. Thanks for participating. You did a good thing by supporting all those kids who can skate for free. Oh, wait. $33. So come and talk to me when we're done. We'll get you a shirt. All right. You's all ready? Here we go. Wait. Why don't you guys all move to the other side this time? Move to the other side so the audience can see you. They're all feeling left out. All right. Audience went wild at how generous I was. Thank you. Okay, are you guys ready? Here we go. On your marks. Get set. Oh, the tension. Go. Holy mackerel. Hey, cut these people off. Does that count, really? You win. Number 130 was less than 20 feet away from the star. Congratulations. You win some stuff. All right. Coming up, the raffle. Get yourself some raffle tickets. Those are $1 each, 10 for 5, 20 for your height. Raffle vixens are on the floor now. Let me tell you what's in that raffle basket tonight. You have about 3 minutes left to buy raffle tickets. Gift certificate to Porcano. T-shirt and Bones bearings. $78. Oh, and that gift certificate to Porcano, that's for $100. That's a lot of Porcano. I would say Porcay, yes. How are you, ladies? Nice to see you. Massage, unwind massage from Bella Constrictor, $75 value. That's way underpriced. Haircut by Janelle and at Teal Salon, $55. Side bag from Black Star Bags, $50. Socks from Sock It To Me, $40. Rose City merchandise with a value of at least $35. Avatar, The Last Airbender, the art of the animated series, $35. T-shirt from Chipotle, $30. Edible arrangements, gift cards, $20. And Avatar, oh, this one, The Last Airbender coloring book, total value $15. That one's for you, Ken. Oh, that's for you. That's the one you want, right? All right. Just give me the Porcano gift certificate. All right. You got 2 minutes and a half before we do the raffle. Rack it up. Here, come here. Oh my gosh, here comes the raffle. Those of you who are putting off buying your tickets to the last minute, it's already too late. Woo! Tickets out! Get your tickets out! Let me see them! Wave your tickets around! All right, here we go. Oh, wait. Let me give it a little la-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. Whoop! Careful. I'm really digging around. I want to make sure. I feel sorry for that guy. All right, the ticket number is 5121. There's already a bunch of people disappointed. 5121 286. 5121 286. Who's got that number? 5121 286. Where? Bring it here. I can't just trust you. You got to come all the way out to me. I won! Come get your basket. You get all this amazing stuff and the basket. Congratulations. Thanks. We'll be back to Real Derby in just a couple of minutes. I got to buy a lady a t-shirt.
My math isn't that good, but thank you so much.
I don't math so well either.
I know, I was like looking at that like, they're coming on the track. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're coming back from halftime. Both these teams are out there ready to play. And we're going to get it started just like we did at the beginning of the first jam. You're going to see Bonnie Thunders down on the line going up against Lauren Much. The penalty box is empty.
All right, and here we go. Purple holding down the front. Gallifrey playing offense from the front for Lauren Much. Doc Josie takes a spill on Much, and it is Bonnie Thunder's lead jammer.
Lauren Much was almost out of that pack, and Simonis came up, absolutely took her out of bounds and slowed it down.
What was that?
I believe that was jumping in the straightaway over the line.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something new.
Oaks Amusement Park, home of the Roll City Rollers and the place to purchase your derby gear. That's Oaks Amusement Park.
We got 69, Starter Ruckus down there, going up against Vanna Curtis.
And Team White holding down that front wall. Juke Nukem and Nuts going on one-on-one here, playing a little offense for Starter Ruckus. Vanna Curtis gets inside the triangle of doom, now facing Alicia and Envy Adams. Nuts on the inside line. And there we have it. That's Starter Ruckus, lead jammer for Team White, who are only 20 points behind-ish.
Right now, Purple a person down. Ruth Robinson picking up a penalty.
And there we go. Vanna Curtis through, mostly unscathed, and that's Sarah Gaither.
Sarah Gaither, absolutely monstrous, picking up that block and holding in that jammer.
Sarah Gaither was in the jazz choir in high school.
I can see that.
Wasn't. Porcano, amazing taqueria fare with 2 locations on the Mississippi and the Hawthorne, proud sponsor of all of our official timeouts. That's Porcano.
Porky, yes. Thunderdame on the line once again. We're having a really good first half, put up 30 points.
Yeah, 25 and a single jam, King. There she goes right on the back of Gallifrey, getting help from Rogue One.
Frisky Biscuit shoving down Tarantula to get around to become lead jammer.
Great blocking here by Levy. And rebounding here with Hannah Jennings and Rogue One, whose husband is an actual private investigator, private detective. I don't know if I'm even allowed to tell you that.
You just broke the rules. Good job. This jam comes to an end.
Buffalo Gap Eatery and Saloon, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon, that's Buffalo Gap.
And right now, folks, we've got a 10-point game. Purple right now at 114, white at 104.
Yeah, Team White pretty heavy on the jammer penalties in the first half, but such strong blockers keeping this game even.
Lauren Much down on the line, going up against Zip Drive.
Zissou playing offense from the start at the front of that white pack. Sion there with Nuts and Alicia Nesbitt-Smith. And that's Bella Constrictor with the heavy defense with Peruvian Princess, Jess Rivas.
Lauren Much went down, put one hand out of bounds, got back up and kept going. You can put one hand out of bounds and it is not a cut track.
And she's a pro. All right, spinning around the outside, and there she goes. But it's Jess Rivas with the takeout. Now, oh, yeah, that's right.
Man.
Now you're not allowed to like make contact, on purpose. But it's a contact sport, and sometimes contact happens. As long as the ref doesn't feel like she egregiously went in his path.
You know, he just got hit 2 times in like less than 20 seconds. Sarah Gaither, when she came out of there, actually ran into him too and almost put him down.
Well, we love our officials. They're just trying to give him hugs.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Bonnie
Good.
Thunder is going up against Little Bratney.
Well, Bratney right in the middle. Oh, and Bonnie Thunder's trying to hop, skip, and jump that outside line. That's a Scald Eagle move, and she can't quite make it over Hannah Jennings, who's seen that move once or twice in her day.
Well, Envy Adams, I believe, was looking for the cut. Did not happen. Little Bratney, on the other hand, is out first as your lead jammer.
Big blocking there by Toxic Haste. Almost nabbed her. And that's Bonnie Thunders with the big spin right over that blocker.
I believe Gallifrey came in there, peeled off the brace, and made it easy for Little Bratney to split the 2.
Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and proud sponsor of RCR since 2009.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you looked at the scoreboard in the last couple seconds, but it's a 2-point game. Vanna Curtis started a ruckus. They're your next jammers.
Slowly pushing forward from that Ron Tonkin jammer line. Pushing forward. There we go. It's Vanna Curtis, lead jammer.
Yeah, she pretty much just pushed Rogue One all the way up to that pivot line that sprinted around her.
Lots of speed here. Vanna Curtis not wanting Ruckus to pick up any points.
That was a smart call off right there. It was a foot race at the back of the pack.
OHSU Sports Medicine, proud to be the official medical care team for the Rose City Rollers.
Frisky Biscuits down on the line in white. Thunderdame down there in purple. We've got 23, just under 24 minutes left in this game. We still got this 2-point differential. Purple's holding onto the lead.
Real mixed pack. And Tarantula getting a false start has to yield. You saw her put her hands up and not actively block. Well, she was avoiding getting a penalty, and that was wise play there. Lead jammer, Frisky Biscuits, but Thunderdame has cleared the pack.
Wow, there was 4 offense coming, and somehow Tarantula managed to get around it and slow it down. 1 point picked up, and that makes it a 1-point game.
What's even more exciting than a one-point game is tonight, the after party is the One Heart Art Auction and Dance Party. Please join us at Funhouse Lounge on Southeast 11th. Layla Smackdown and myself will be hosting an actual real auction to support the Wheels of Justice. That's Funhouse Lounge right after this bout.
Lauren Much going up against Zip Drive.
Clear penalty box. Getting some help here. That's Morgan Levy on the outside in white. Zip Drive takes a spill back up on her feet and at the back of Alicia Nesbitt Smith and Morgan Levy.
That was real interesting. Jessica Chestnut took out Jess Rivas, drew her back into her own pack, and then started playing offense for her jammer.
Lauren Much moves to the out, quickly to the in, gets tapped in there by Monica Geigel. Now that purple defense just doing a number on Lauren Much in the backfield.
Nesbitt Smith picking up a direction to play penalty, and that's going to deplete their pack, just a person.
Look at this white wall here anchored by Levy, giving no room to purple jammer Zip Drive. Getting some help here from Jess Rivas.
1 minute so far has ticked off the clock, and we do not have a lead jammer yet.
And offense by Rivas shakes out the front of the pack, and White regains their wall position right in front of that Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box. Really slow going, looks like a washing machine down there. Much backwards, one skate on the turn. Getting some help here from Alicia Nesbitt Smith. Perhaps if you cheer for Much, she could break the pack.
Well, how did you know that would work? That was amazing.
But there goes Zip Drive, clearing that pack. What a jam. That is going to take care of that jam. Lauren Much putting up 3 points after all of that.
Echo Construction. The friendly people at Echo Construction love custom home building, remodels, and just like you, roller derby.
Bonnie Thunders once again down the line. Little Bratney joining her in white. All the blockers are on the track at this time.
Both jammers up the inside. Bonnie Thunders shaking up with Hannah Jennings. She is through for lead jammer.
What was amazing is she was on the inside line. Everybody knew she was there, and she still got past everybody.
That's her line, King.
I guess that's just what Bonnie Thunders does.
Rogue One Rogue One heading to the penalty box. Bonnie Thunders 5-point natural grand slam. And Bella Constrictor playing some offense, but that star cover was dropped by the jammer. Now when that star is dropped, either the jammer or the pivot can actually pick it up, but it has to go back to the original person that was holding it. Rules rule. Bonnie Thunders poking around the outside, looking for some room.
And now we do have a star pass. Gallifrey has that star, and Bonnie Thunders just pushed right past her while she tried to put it on.
Now Bonnie Thunders lead jammer, she's going to try and get those points from those white skaters in the back of the pack and call it off before White can do any damage, and that's exactly what she does. That's a 16-point jam for Bonnie Thunders.
More derby than you can wrap your head around. The Big O tournament is coming to Oregon May 5th through the 7th in Eugene. 33 of the highest ranked women's and men's and junior teams will be competing, including Rose City, Victorian, and Angel City. Get your tickets at thebigotournament.com.
Vanna Curtis on the line, going up against Starter Ruckus.
That's Vanna Curtis, purple jammer, going up against the back of Sion. Getting help here from Chestnuts. Whistles being blown, and that's Ruckus up the inside line. picks her head up, finds her space. Lead jammer now going to Team White. They are down by 14.
Well, that was like instant offense. And there's a jump of the apex. Sarda Ruckus takes flight and picks up 5 points.
Regrouping here with Jess Rivas right down the middle. You know, sometimes there's just too much momentum.
Yeah, she just ripped right through the middle of them like a piece of tissue paper.
And Purple still regrouping here. Oh, and there we go. That's going to be a misconduct. Now, one of those blockers made contact with Ruckus after she had already initiated her jump. You can't do that. So Monica Geigel headed to the penalty box.
Speaking of the penalty box, grab an IPA or cream ale from Bridgeport Brewing right now at the bar.
We got a score of 130-126, 17 minutes left in this game. Thunder Dame down on the line going up against Frisky Biscuits. Team Purple will be 1 skater short as Monica Geigel is in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Right around the outside, Frisky Biscuits making it look easy. Thunder Dame going to the inside, has to deal right now with Alicia Nesbitt-Smith. Alicia recycling again. Dame recycles again. Makes it clear the pack. And that jam's going to get called off. 4 points there. We now have a tie game. Well, golly.
Well, it's like we just started all over again, isn't it? We've got 16 minutes left. 130, and you're going to see Lauren Much going up against Zip Drive.
With the speed, Zip Drive, top scorer in the first half, hits their back, but it is Lauren Much. Lead jammer for Team White. Zip Drive now through the pack. Purple split up, now regrouping in the rear for Lauren Much's arrival. Gonna call that one off. Is that a late hit? Nah, the whistles were still blowing.
Chestnuts picked up a direction of play penalty. That's going to put 2 blockers down for Team White. 3 points picked up by Purple.
Selwood Pet Supply, quality nutrition and supplies for all your pets. Selwood Pet Supply.
Bonnie Thunder's on the line.
Hey, you guys know Tarantula? She's a blocker on Team Purple. She can do the splits. Just thought you should know.
Fun pack by Melons. Bonnie Thunder is going up against Little Bradney.
And there goes Bonnie Thunders.
Well, Team White was down. There was only 2 blockers out that it made it real easy for Bonnie Thunders to slip on by.
Yeah, that's the only reason she got lead jammer, King.
Well, yeah, you know.
Lil Bratney still struggling around the outside with Just Rivas and Tarantula, getting help from Robertson and the one and only Bella Constrictor. Slow moving pack, Bonnie Thunders. That is Morgan Levy holding down the inside 9, now bridging for Team White. Alicia Nesbitt-Smith and Hannah Jennings spread that pack out all the way. 5 points, Bonnie Thunders.
Chestnuts came in. She wrecked the inside of that pack, but they still are not able to get their jammer free, even with all that offense.
Bonnie poking in the back, gets forced out ever so gently there by Levy. Oh, big pickup speed here from Nuts. Surprise, surprise, she's got the star.
We got a star pass out there. That was almost frightening. Did you see Tarantula tearing after her? That was scary up here.
Bike Punk, locally printed eco-friendly stickers, signs, and designs. Visit bikepunk.com.
Well, Bonnie Thunders came out there, put 10 points up for Team Purple. That pushed the lead for them up to 143-132. Just under 14 minutes left. We are going to see Vanna Curtis once again on the line, going up against Lauren Much.
Clear pack here, Purple up in front, Gallifrey position to play offense. Juke Nukem holding down on the outside, trying to make a lane for Vanna Curtis. Yet again, now it's Much going up against Curtis. Pushing forward, Curtis Ruckus still has 3 to beat. That pack is out of play. Lead jammer going to Vanna Curtis.
Well, they thought they had somebody bridging in the middle, but that person picked up a penalty, and that pushed them out of play. And they're going to pick up more penalties due to being out of play.
Team White just rolling into the penalty box. 3 skaters have to report. 1 now returns to the track and is in queue. Big opportunity here for Vanna Curtis. 5 points so far.
Oh!
And that's Gallifrey at the right place at the right time.
Man, Gallifrey has been out there in this jam. I don't know how many people she has knocked down so far, but she is vicious.
And some contact here, Lauren Much and Vanna Curtis. Now White rolling back into the penalty box. At the end of that, that's 4 more points. That's a 9-point jam for Much. I want to give a big shout out to the coaches of the Wheels of Justice. You got to meet all the skaters today, but big thank you to Wheels of Justice coaches Topher, Scott, and OMG. Axles of Annihilations coaches Nugget and Bash, and Jammer coach Shreddy. Thank you guys. You make our dreams come true. And also, have you seen Bashanista's pants? They're so shiny.
Thunder Dame came out very strong and ended up having to fight to get past Ruckus, who's also jamming.
That's Thunder Dame again. Huge lead jammer percentage this game. Nesbitt Smith and Hannah Jennings with Nuts anticipating her arrival. Inside line being opened there by Toxic Haste. Ruckus playing defense. Star in her hand trying to push forward. And she escapes the pack. And that's 5 points for Thunder Dame, who wants that other point.
Well, Monica Geigel and Toxic Haste did a great job of keeping Ruckus in there. Thunder Dame even came up, kind of wanted to peel it off, but, you know, that ain't going to happen.
Unleash your inner superhero at sockittome.com. And Laurelhurst Theater and Pub, the best of modern cinema, independent art, and classic film at Portland's movie lovers' favorite, Laurelhurst Theater and Pub.
Well, Team Purple has managed to push this lead to 21 now. The score is 157-136.
Zip drive on the outside. Quick movement there. Lead jammer. White jammer Frisky Biscuits has the start off her head. She has options, but she is stuck behind Tarantula. And it is Zip drive just driving herself left and right through that pack. Oh, wow. That's 5 big points for Zip drive.
The moves on Zip drive. She was everywhere, diving through people and staying in bounds.
Purple gets the momentum now. Tarantula with a big takeout, communicating there with Zip drive. That is another 4 points. 9 more points as Purple pushes ahead.
Two Town Cider, damn fine cider, made right here in the Pacific Northwest. That's Two Town Cider.
Once again, down on the line, Little Bratney going up against Bonnie Thunders. 30 points now separate these two teams with just under 10 minutes on the board.
Purple right on top of that line, not giving any room to Lil Bratney. Bonnie Thunders looks to juke nukem. It's Lil Bratney, lead jammer.
Wow. Chestnut was just vicious in there, trying to hold on. She stopped her for quite a bit. But now Bonnie Thunders is out of the pack.
Lil Bratney all the way through. Looks like might have gotten those points. Now, Lil Bratney got 3 quick jammer penalties at the beginning, but cleaned it up since then. No further penalties. At the end of that, 4 points.
Hey, we'd like to thank Bridgeport Brewing. That great Bridgeport IPA and cream ale available now.
White regrouping up on the line.
Lauren Much going up against Zip Drive, or Vanna Curtis once again.
Root of All Edel holding it down there on the inside line against Vanna Curtis. Getting help here from Gallifrey and Alicia. You see Doc Josie bridging, getting help from Zissou. Lauren Much. Too much lateral movement here from Purple. almost to a standstill, and it's Vanna Curtis, lead jammer for Team Purple.
That was incredible recycling by Team Purple. There was a constant waterfall of a body inside in front of Lauren Munch.
Little slip out there on turn one, regrouping through the inside. Might have picked up those points before stepping out of bounds. And that's 3 more big ones for Team Purple.
Fran's Bakery, proudly baking right here in Portland since 1906. And Red Bull, now served at the bar and all RCR bouts. That's Red Bull.
You know, that was pretty cool. The Red Bull folks showing up here tonight and handing out free drinks.
Yeah,
Put
we
wings
love
on
Red
your
Bull.
derby.
Thunder Dame down the line, going up against Starter Ruckus.
Sion and Tarantula immediately going at it on the line. And Jennings letting it known that that was not cool.
Misconduct being called on Thunder Dame. That's going to give an opportunity for Starter Ruckus, who is now your lead jammer and in a power jam.
And I believe a low block at some point over here on turn one. Regrouping here, power jam in favor of Starter Ruckus for Team White. They're down by 29, excuse me.
Wow, she just tiptoed up that outside. She had all the offense coming from the out and could barely get by due to that strong Purple defense.
Toxic Haste gets back in the pack. Bella Constrictor can't quite hang on to that line. Bella now playing offense immediately, doing it all. And a lot of momentum here from Thunder Dame. Nuts got to let her go.
Well, Thunder Dame came in and had all the momentum. Jessica Chestnuts did all she could to stop her, but was unable to. This jam comes to an end, but not before. It looks like 12 points put on the board for Team White.
Proud sponsor of the Wheels of Justice and the High Rollers. That's Left Turn Clothing, where fashion meets function.
Score now 152 for White, 170 Purple. Just 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this very exciting game.
Frisky Biscuits going up against Zip Drive. Both these jammers engage that wall.
Big offense here by Monica Geigel trying to get Zip Drive through. I heard a whistle. And lead jammer now going to Frisky Biscuits, Team White.
Zuzu's picking up a penalty. We'll spend some time in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Frisky Biscuits rotates right through that inside line. And that's going to be a 5-point grand slam.
Well, she got Purple all separated. Looked like they were trying to play offense. Didn't realize how fast she got around.
And they're playing D right now. Offense now being provided by Morgan Levy.
Zip Drive is locked down inside. Geigel got the star pass, but they picked up on that right away. Geigel having a hard time getting out of that pack.
Yeah, great pack awareness there by Gallifrey all over the sneaky star pass. 5 more points for Frisky Biscuits. That's 15 so far. Geigel trying to push through. Past Gallifrey on the outside. She's now down right behind Alicia in Levy with help from Rogue One. And that's Monica Geigel finding some fresh air in the front of the pack.
Frisky Biscuits calling that off, but that's 19 points, and we've got another lead change. White has come from behind and is back on top.
Sports! Yay, sports!
What sports is going on here? Radar Wheels and S1 Helmets, proud sponsors of the Wheels of Justice.
Fun fact about Hannah Jennings, she once got iced at work at a conference in front of 250 people
Nice.
by me.
Lauren Munch using Hannah Jennings to get around, taking a whip off her. She's your lead jammer.
Bonnie Thunders all the way around the outside. Mohawks, she clears the pack, and that's Much Mayhem trying to push to the inside. Moves to the out. Beautiful offense by White at the end of that. 4 points for Team White. They pull ahead by 5.
808, food so good it straight broke the mouth. 2 locations, Burnside and Woodstock. That's 808.
Rudaval Levo picking up a cut track at the end of that jam. She will spend the next 30 seconds of her life in the penalty box. You're going to see Little Bratney going up against Vanna Curtis.
pack advantage for Team Purple. They are right back, sinking right on top of Lil Bratney. Zissou holding down, anchoring that wall with Gaither and Tarantula. It's Vanna Curtis pushing, getting some assistance here from Robertson. But again, Gallifrey so good at 360-degree blocking, and with veteran Alicia Nesbitt-Smith, it's a beautiful thing.
Robertson doing everything she can in there and ends up having to bridge.
People literally pay good money to learn exactly what's happening on the track right now. How wonderful. Wheels of Justice looking good for 2017.
Rudaval Evo coming in like a wrecking ball and could not dislodge her jammer.
That was a 45-second struggle for lead jammer. Vanna Curtis in control now. Lil Bratney stuffed. The star is in her hand. She's in between Tarantula and Gaither, staring down at Zissou. Well, there you go, popping out the front.
Vanna Curtis using her toe stops and putting up a grand slam, 5 points. Finally, Little Bratney figured out a way to get out.
Big offense here by Gaither and Tarantula, forcing out Gallifrey, who is a hugely effective blocker.
WSL Leadership Coaching, helping you be more awesome in your work, sport, and life. That's WSL Coaching.
King, what's going on with the score?
Well, right now it's 179-175. Purple has retaken the lead, and we've just got under 2 minutes left in this game.
Oh my gosh! Less than 2 minutes.
Nobody's excited, are they?
And that's Thunder Dame wearing purple. Start a ruckus, pushing out the front. Little jammer, almost. Yeah, there it is.
Well, hot on our tail, Thunder Dame, and right now they're battling for position.
Make some noise, Portland. The wheels of justice are here.
1 point picked up, 2 points. Well, my math might not be so good, but it's 180-177 with a minute left.
Don't forget to go to the Fun House Lounge on 11th and Division to the giant Wheels of Justice after bout.
Who's going to the Funhouse Lounge tonight?
Zip
Just
drive
me,
down the
I guess.
line.
Everyone.
Frisky Biscuits joining her. Slight pack advantage for Team White.
And that is Zip Drive pushing out that front wall in between Gallifrey and Alicia. Now there's only 40 seconds on the period clock, but we will watch the jam clock as once the natural clock expires, we look to the jam clock.
Frisky Biscuits emerges on the other side. She squeezed right on through her own blockers.
Zip Drive around the outside meets up again with Envy Adams and Rogue One. Gallifrey, they're out of play up front. Out of play penalty now being assessed on Gallifrey at the end of that. Frisky Biscuits has already scored some points here.
Tarantula picking up a penalty, does not look pleased about that. Defense is what we're looking at right now. Both teams locking down their jammers.
Frisky Biscuits got some points in her pocket, so we don't know where the game is until right now, until she completes this pass. She's just trying to pick up a penalty. It is possible she already has enough points.
Zip drive is through. Zip drive is through, but they call it off.
There it is! 5 big points for Frisky Biscuits. Team White. At the end of that, 180 points for Team Purple, 182 for Team White. Fans up on your feet, give it up for the Wheels of Justice! The Wheels of Justice will be playing our brothers in purple, the Bridgetown Menace, coming up on Saturday, April 22nd, right here at the hangar. We hope to see you there. Team White victorious takes their victory lap. Give them some love. Big thank you to DJ Agent Meow for spinning the tunes tonight and at our One Heart auction at the Funhouse Lounge tonight. Give it up for Team Purple!
Well, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to be awarding the MVP blockers and jammers in just a few short minutes. As soon as everybody gets congratulating and slapping hands.
That's right, we're about to give out our MVPs. Each team will select a blocker MVP and a jammer MVP. Hedge your legal bets.
All right. Team White, why don't you come on out, tell me who our MVPs are for Team Purple. I got bypassed.
And don't forget, one last time, please join us at the Funhouse Lounge at 10 o'clock tonight for the Wheels of Justice, One Heart, Dance Party,
right,
and
I'm being
Art
joined.
Auction.
Jess Rivas, don't go anywhere. Come back to me. All right, I'm being joined by Jess Rivas for Team Purple. Who is your blocker for Team White?
Gallifrey.
Gallifrey is your MVP blocker for White and MVP jammer.
Ruckus!
Starter Ruckus is your MVP jammer. All right. So for Team Purple, who is your MVP blocker?
MVP blocker is Sarah Gaither.
MVP blocker, Sarah Gaither. And your MVP jammer?
Bonnie Thunders.
Bonnie Thunders is your MVP jammer for Team Purple. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you. So from all of my announcing crew, the ref crew, and all the skaters, thank you very much. Have a great night.